Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's wonderful to have you here, and I first want to say thank you very, very much for all of your support and for being such a wonderful audience and being here with me. I wanted to let you know I saw my cousin yesterday, and she looks so much better. The wounds on her face have healed quite a bit, and her facial expressions have returned. They still have her under very heavy sedation, of course, to help her healing and such. So, we want to make sure that she takes her healing slow and does it right so as to not cause any more damage. We'll know a little bit more after they've done the MRI. But as I said, thank you all for your support and your prayers, and just healing and loving vibes have been wonderful. And I do attribute a lot of her healing to that, and of course her fighting spirit, because she is very much a fighter, and she's so many people love her and care about her, and it's good that she's fighting for that. So I totally just lost my train of thought. Yes, actually, that's one of the things I wanted to talk about, is the point that wanted to talk about flaws, wanted to talk about things that that cause fear, that hold a lot of people back. And not only do they hold people back, but they can be something that can be weaponized by those who do not have the best of intentions for you, i.e. narcissists. I wanted to talk to you guys about the fact that everybody has flaws. Everyone has something that they are possibly embarrassed about, or that doesn't quite, we'll say, go along with the flow of society and societal norms and such. And I mainly wanted to come on and ask you to remember what Jen Cicero said in her book, You're a Badass. What people think of you has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. There are a lot of times when people will try to put you down or tear you down, and say certain things like, you're weird, or maybe you're not talented in something that you're very passionate about. And I know those words hurt. I mean, very, very much, especially when they're said by somebody whose opinions that you value. Now, this is also brought up by Brene Brown in her Netflix special, Call to Courage. And, she talks about, you do care what people think. We're hardwired that way, The thing is that sometimes it's best to start evaluating what people or which people in your life have the opinions that you should actually value. And she even says that, when people say something, the people in the cheap seats, as she calls it, they say something to you that is hurtful, of course, you know. Don't hold it close to your heart. Just let it fall. You don't have to kick it, you don't have to stomp on it or anything like that. Just let it fall. And that is something that has been talked about by both Mel Robbins and Dr. Ramani about how to deal with narcissism. Is the point that don't give them fuel to feed off of. You know, if they say something to you, please, you know, what people think of you has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. So please understand that everybody has an opinion, and a lot of times this opinion really doesn't have anything to do with you. You know, it's a part of them. Sometimes people are jealous. Sometimes they are afraid of you taking attention away from them. Sometimes, you know, they envy you. It's, you know, and it's something that they're insecure about. You know, please don't let other people's insecurities affect what you're passionate about. You know, just understand that, you know, people are going to have opinions, and the best thing that you can do is trust in yourself, you know, and remember that, you know, sometimes it feels like one negative comment can erase 10 positive comments in your mind. Try to take a step back at that point and remember those positive comments and those warm feelings, especially, that you get when you do something that you are passionate about. You know, I'm actually at the perfect place for this because working in a convenience store, you know, of course I meet people who don't quite agree with the way that I do things sometimes. Some people don't quite like the fact that I like to talk. I mean, obviously, you know. Or some people, you know, don't, you know, agree with either how quickly or how slowly I do math sometimes. Or, you know, some people don't. I remember my ex actually, we were watching a TV show. I forgot what it was. I believe it was Bones or something. But he was just like, you know, that's the bad guy. And I was just like, okay, what makes you say that? And he was just like, never trust anybody who's that cheerful that early in the morning. And I was just like, is that why you didn't trust me at first? And he was like, yeah. But then I realized how crazy you really are. I was like, fair enough. You know, I can come off as odd to a lot of people, and I'm aware of that, you know. A lot of times it's because people don't really, and I've mentioned this before, you know, some people don't understand how I can be so cheerful, especially after everything that I've been through. And some people believe that I've got some kind of agenda. And, you know, that is unfortunate for them because my only agenda is to be true to myself and to be understanding with myself and understand that I'm going to do things wrong, or, you know, wrong from time to time, or I'm going to do things differently from time to time. And the thing about it is that I'm still open to learning new ways. You know, I'm still open to, I'm open to people's opinions, that's for sure. But if I feel like their opinions are not true or conducive to my growth, I choose not to hold on to them. I had a customer come in the other day, and he was very upset with. I usually go and get his items for him, as he walks with a cane, and most of the time I'm not doing anything, and so he comes up to the counter and goes, "Boy, did I come at the wrong time," and I'm just like, I know, it's been dead all morning. I go, "You brought the business with you." And he goes, "Well, I'm not going to do that anymore." He goes, "I'm going to go someplace where there's less chit chat." And I went, "Oh, okay." And that's all I said to him. "Oh, okay." And sure enough, guess who was back very next week? Sometimes people just want something to complain about. And honestly, I kind of feel sorry for those people, because they're obviously having a very bad day or something to that effect. And unfortunately, the saying is true that misery loves company. They try to pull you down to their vibrational level, as Magnetize Yourself puts it. Stay true to your vibrational level. As long as it's not hurting anyone else, and it's not hurting yourself, stay true to yourself. I guarantee you will feel so much better about yourself. Make sure that you set healthy boundaries, both with yourself and with everyone else, and make sure that you keep being healthy with yourself. And that's the best way to be. That's the best way to feel. That's one of the ways that I actually have stayed so happy after everything that's happened to me, is that I'm feeling so much better and so much healthier. And that's just a wonderful feeling, making sure that I find the inspiration every day, sometimes every 5 minutes, even if it makes me look weird or silly or something like that. I'll see a fluffy dog go by, or especially the big fluffy dogs. Love the doggies. And it makes me happy, just because I love their mindset of they just want to be happy. They want to make their masters happy. They want to make the people who, they care about happy. And that inspires me so much, Now, new ways of thinking are definitely going to sometimes ruffle some people's feathers. Please keep that in mind. There are some people who don't really want to see you happy, sadly. And it's up to you as to whether or not you would like to keep those people in your life. Whether or not those people are really conducive to your growth. Sadly, sometimes they're not. And I would prefer to surround myself with people who have my best interests at heart. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep surrounding myself with people who support me and truly care for me. That makes me happy too. So you know what? Show yourself some self-love today. You do deserve it. If you like my style, like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Thank you.